My name is Lisa Aguirre, and I'm a Focal Point Certified Business Coach. We're going to talk today about hiring workers for your growing business. So you've got your business, it's making a profit, you're busy, and now you need to hire people to help you run your business. Today we're going to talk about independent contractors and how to hire them, whether to hire them, what their criteria is, and whether or not it is a good idea for your business. Let's look at how the law defines independent contractor. According to the California Labor Code, an independent contractor is any person who renders service for a specific recompense for a specific result under the control of a principal as to the result of his work only and not as to the means by which such result is accomplished. That's a lot of words that don't make a whole lot of sense. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want to have your house painted. You hire a painter, and you have the right as the owner to tell your independent contractor painter what color you want the house and when you want the house painted by. As to everything else, including who he hires to help paint the house, what tools he uses, when he shows up in the morning, when he leaves in the afternoon, you have no control over. You only have the control over the result. Mr. Painter, I want my house painted. That's a true independent contractor relationship. Why would a business owner want to hire an independent contractor? Well, there's lots of reasons. Number one, you avoid payroll taxes. Number two, you avoid having to purchase workers' compensation insurance. Number three, you avoid having to pay unemployment insurance. So there's lots of reasons why having an independent contractor relationship with your worker makes sense. However, legally, it is very rarely the appropriate relationship for a business owner. As I've mentioned, true independent contractors are very restricted in what the owner can control. So, for example, the owner can't control the worker, the times of day the worker works, cannot provide the worker with tools. It is not a continuing relationship. It should be a project-based relationship only. The worker has the right to hire assistants. The worker is paid by the project and provides invoices. He's typically not paid an hourly rate. Other characteristics of true independent contractors include things like no set hours. The worker has his own tools. You should never be providing an independent contractor with business cards or a computer. The work requires a high degree of skill, so you're not going to hire a receptionist, a secretary, an administrative assistant as an independent contractor because you want the ability to control their hours, how they perform their work. You may want to give them instructions about how to answer the telephone, how to do your filing, etc. Independent contractors are those workers for whom you only tell them what result you want. In this case, those types of employees would not be considered independent contractors. So what are some of the ways that you would get caught with an improper independent contractor working for you? Well, most of the time it's because the independent contractor gets hurt and files a workers' comp claim, or you fire them and they try and file for unemployment. These are triggers that would give a government agency reason to look closer at your classification of this worker. So there are lots of penalties associated with improper classifying of independent contractors, including potential overtime you may have to pay them, back taxes that must be paid, workers' compensation penalties, EDD penalties, attorney's fees if you were to get sued for improper classification. So it is not something you want to take lightly, nor do you want to take a chance with. So how are you going to avoid claims and penalties? First of all, you want to try and define the relationship in writing. Have a contract. Do not give the worker a computer, for example, or business cards. Require that the worker provide invoices. Do not pay them hourly. Be cautious about requiring attendance at mandatory meetings or require frequent progress reports. Make sure you get a W-9 and file the mandatory EDD forms for workers you pay more than $600 to in a year. And finally, require a business license because this gives the worker the indicia of having their own business. For further questions about this important and confusing topic, please feel free to contact me at laguirre@focalpointcoaching.com. And if you would like to see a sample independent contractor agreement, please email me your email address and I will be happy to provide you with one. Next time, we're going to talk about classifying your workers as employees and talking about whether or not they are properly classified as exempt or non-exempt. Thank you very much. And again, this is Lisa Aguirre at Focal Point Coaching.